Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Halton Hills Housing Update. So I have unofficial October numbers for you, as well as sort of the good news of what's happening in our market this past week. So looking at what happened October to October, not as great of news in certain parts and other parts are. So in October of 2023, our average price was $1,146,000. We are down about 11% year over year to $1,018,000. So prices have softened since last year. That's no huge surprise. The good news is we are up from the $981,000 average price in September. So prices did a bit of a climb in October, and I think it's just due to the sheer volume of units that sold too, because we had a really strong month in terms of units. So looking at last October, there was only 42 units that sold. Last October was like dead. The sales every week was like 4 or 5 in Georgetown, and we've been seeing pretty consistent sales this October. So we're actually up 67% in units. So last year was 42. This year we sold 70 units, which is a huge jump. And I mean, it's showing that buyer activity is there. I really do think like once our inventory softens, we're going to see prices coming back up because the buyers are active right now. So that is really good news, I think, in terms of where the market is going and that we are still seeing strong sales. I think our market can rebound from prices softening here. And again, we are up. We saw under $1 million average prices in August and September, but not in October. So there's a silver lining and great news, I would say, for the report for October. And then now looking at what happened last week, we are coming into the time where I've been like, inventory is going to come down, and inventory is coming down, and sales are still, holding sort of steady. So Georgetown this week had 11 sales. If it's a double-digit sales week, like I'm going to take it. And we had 14 new listings. So not great. We're still seeing a lot of new listings, but we'll touch on that in a little bit. Acton saw 6 sales, which is no surprise. That lower price point in Acton is really moving decently, and there was only 1 new listing, so yay for that. Glen Williams this week had no sales and 1 new listing. There was no sales and no new listings in Limehouse, and the rural market saw 2 sales and 1 new listing. So it's nice to see not a lot of new listings in the rural market either, because they're hurting for, piling on of inventory. So now when we look at properties that terminated, relisted, we've been talking about this a lot because we need terminations to really pick up. We need properties to exit the market to really shift back into more of a balance. So this week we had 12 properties exit the market. That is awesome. We want to keep seeing those double-digit exits. It really helps to bring down inventory and it starts to snowball. And then once we get to December, it really piles on. So we are getting there. The trend is continuing. And another thing, last week, only 3 properties adjusted their price downward and relisted. So that's also a shift. We've been seeing a lot of price reductions, but realistically, we want to see people exiting the market, and that's what's looking like it's happening. And then there were 3 people that relisted at the same price, but that's just to sort of freshen up their listing. The real story is that 12 people exited the market. We're seeing weeks now with double-digit exits. We just want that trend to continue. I mean, we want to see sales, like that would be the dream, is that our sales magically pick up, but steady sales combined with properties exiting is going to help bring our inventory down, because come the middle of November, listings for sure will start to slow down. So yay, it's happening. So now looking at active inventory this week, all of Halton Hills is down significantly to 203 active listings. We are so close to 200. I can taste it, and it's very exciting. We want to be, a lot lower than that, but getting back under that 200 threshold is a good milestone for inventory going down. In Georgetown this week, we are down again from 116 to 114 active listings. This number we want to see in the 60s and 70s, but we are getting there. We were pushing 140s, and so slowly but surely we are coming down. Now looking at our price points, under 800,000 is down from 17 to 14 active listings. 800 to $1 million is down from 20 to 19. These two price points, especially given the fact that we had an interest rate drop, are going to start to really fuel the market, I think. We are seeing showings pick up, we're seeing sales pick up in our lower price points again, and we really need that, and it should fuel our market. So the trend is good that the inventory is dropping and we are seeing more sales under that million mark again. So keep that coming. 1 to 1.5 million is up from 55 to 57. Not ideal, but again, if the lower price points start to pick up, we'll start to feel movement in that 1 to 1.5. We just need the overall inventory down. Sales should pick up in this price point, and we will start to see, I think, prices slowly coming up through the new year, and so this pocket should start to move a bit more. 1 to 1.5 million plus is up from 28 to 31 active listings. This poor price point, I mean, we really need some fuel underneath it to even start to think about moving these upper price point units. They're just taking forever to sell. There's not a lot of buyers. But once we can start to trickle, and when 1 to 1.5 million starts to light up, those buyers who are in a move up mode can sell their properties, be confident that their 1 to 1.5s are going to sell, and they start to move up. And that's sort of what happened in 2022. And hopefully that is what's going to happen again, because a lot of these properties at 1.5 million plus, they have been on the market forever, and they just keep coming on, not moving. So we're gonna continue to watch this. Acton this week is down from 26 to 21 active listings. Again, lots of movement happening there. Glen Williams is up from 10 to 11. Limehouse remains the same at 5, and the rural market is down slightly from 53 to 52. I think this week's update is a positive one. I think we saw units take a nice jump year over year, which is showing that buyers' confidence is coming back. Prices are up versus August and September. That is good news because we want to see that sort of trending up. We definitely are not used to seeing average prices under $1 million, so that's really good news. And also just overall inventory levels with properties exiting the market, things are starting to soften. And over the next 8 weeks, if all these trends that almost always happen continue to happen, I think we're going to be going into 2025 actually quite strong. We could use another interest rate drop announcement in December. That would be just lovely, like a little cherry on top of everything. So we're going to see what happens, but I think October had some positive things, even though we're down year over year, which is not a surprise. I think overall this update is a very positive one for sellers and for our overall market. So I will be back next Tuesday. Have a great week, everyone.